Good evening and welcome to SirToshi, or welcome to your daily dose of SirToshi's news. Today's date is Sunday, the 10th of July 2022. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's get into this. Let's look at the news. Come on, sort the shows out. Here we go. Rock and roll. Right, we'll start off with this one then. So it says here, Mt. Gox. 141,686 Bitcoin, that's CoolCoin, worth 3,017,911,800 dollars to be sold. That's and I guess there's another one. 137,891 BTC remain in wallets to be sold. To put that into perspective, El Salvador announced when they bought 50 BTC. Oh my goodness me, just 50 BTC. So I'm guessing these look like, these are the wallet addresses. It says balance here and time. So time that was just yesterday. So I wonder if these have already been. Sold. But yeah, there we go. So they are to be sold. So I wonder if anybody has a claim on those. If they're to be sold. That's interesting. Check this out. So another Mt. Gox related article here. Bitcoin faces Mt. Gox Black Swan as trustees prepare to unlock 150,000 BTC. The prospect of a rumoured 150,000 BTC flooding the market gets real as Mt. Gox creditors choose how much money to receive in cash. Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Oh dear. That's BTC, that's CoolCoin BTC. So CoolCoin BTC faces a new selling threat in the near future as users of the defunct exchange Mt. Gox prepare to get their BTC back. In fresh correspondence dated July 6th, attorney Nobukai Kobayashi, appointed trustee in the Mt. Gox rehabilitation process, confirmed that he was preparing to make repayments to account holders. So Cash at Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. Over 8 years after Mt. Gox imploded, it appears that those who lost money are about to receive BTC. The event has been long coming, as have concerns over its impact on the market. The price of a CoolCoin at the time was a fraction of the current $20,900, commentators have noted, leading to suspicions that recipients could instantly sell large amounts of BTC on the market, pressuring prices. In the official correspondence, Kobayashi did not give an exact date for the repayments to begin. He said, he quotes, the rehabilitation trustee is currently preparing to make repayments in brackets here, in accordance with the approved rehabilitation plan for which confirmation order of the Tokyo District Court was made final and binding on November 16, 2021. The rehab plan, it reads, those who own now have the choice to receive outstanding funds as early lump sum repayment or not. It continues as well as receiving all of parts of them in BTC or embattled altcoin Bitcoin Cash. Oh dear, they don't really want the Bitcoin Cash return, do they? That's plummeted. The rehabilitation plan was originally approved in 2018 and confirmed in October 2021. Out of the initial 850,000 BTC lost by Mt. Gox, lost by Mt. Gox decline, only a reported 150,000 BTC have been recovered. I mean, that's an awful lot. I don't really want to go through the rest of it, but make of that what you will, and what might happen on the market, who knows. I'm not going to speculate on it, but check this out. Coinbase users unable to withdraw to bank accounts. Whoa, and this was published on the 8th of July, so just 2 days ago. What is all this about? So too long didn't read breakdown. Coinbase users are complaining about not being able to withdraw USD from the exchange. The exchange said it is investigating the issue with the payment processing partners. The US exchange is also planning to expand its operations in Europe. I don't think so. Leading cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase seems to be facing an issue with USD withdrawals. Again, all this stuff happens just before things go bust. I'm just saying. Some of the customers are complaining that they are unable to withdraw their USD from the exchange to local bank accounts. It's not looking good, is it? Doesn't sound good at all. Coinbase user reports withdrawals issues. One of the users complained he wasn't able to withdraw his USD after selling BTC from the platform. Coinbase said here are some sources to offer more context. Coinbase allows you to trade in good faith, blah, 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 whatever. I'm talking about a withdrawal, which is something that Coinbase platform doesn't let me do. The BTC has been sold for USD, but that's it. No ability to withdraw to the bank like I've used before. It looks to me like Coinbase, again, they're keeping their customers' funds for collateral because they know they're going to have to pay an extortionate amount. Just speculating here, but it's really not looking good. Especially not when an exchange like Coinbase that did $100 billion initial public offering, and then suddenly price goes down and customers can't withdraw their USD, and they said they were going to merge their USD and USDT and USDC order books. Oh dear, it's really not looking good. Check this one out. This absolutely cracks me up. So BTC bull Michael Saylor says Ethereum is obviously a security. Like he knows what a security is. He should know that SegWit turned BTC into a security the moment they implemented it. But no, hasn't figured that one out yet. But figured out the Ethereum is a security. Oh dear mate, few steps behind here, Michael. The MicroStrategy CEO argued that Ethereum is a security as it was issued via an ICO and that its network had many functional changes over the years. What, and BTC hasn't? MicroStrategy CEO and CoreCoin BTC bull Michael Saylor said that Ethereum is obviously a security as he doubled down on labeling BTC as the only commodity in the crypto sector. Oh dear, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. In an interview with Altcoin Daily, Saylor was questioned on his take regarding the classification of both BTC and Ethereum as commodities by the US senator such as Gerstin Kilbrand and Cynthia Loomis, along with figureheads from the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, and the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Saylor provided a lengthy rundown on what he thought are the fundamental differences between CoreCoin and Ethereum networks, as he suggested that the only former has remained unchanged over the years. Oh my god, how can you say it's remained unchanged when they have implemented SegWit, which segregated the digital signatures from the transaction data, implemented replace by fee, child pays for parent, trying to get people to use the Lightning Network, restricted to 1 megabyte. Honestly, is BTC a peer-to-peer electronic cash system? No, it's not. Is it centrally controlled by blockstream? Yes, it is. Oh dear, it's nothing like Bitcoin. You fool, Michael. Don't say I didn't try to warn you. You blocked me on Twitter, so I've got, I'm going to say it's not like you don't deserve it. You should be listening to me. Check this out again. I mean, this is hard to believe. So it says here, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink blames inflation. Remember, inflation is just the inflation of the money supply, nothing else. So he blames inflation on nationalism, lower immigration, Bloomberg. This is so ridiculous. Like, maybe economic factors such as supply and demand, maybe to blame on these different things. But inflation is just purely the inflation of the money supply. He's either utterly incompetent or he's lying through his teeth, and he's nefarious. Let's have a listen.
I would say 10 years ago, the rise, whether you call it nationalism or the rise of this belief that we have to focus on communities that have been devastated by globalization. We need to find ways of creating better jobs for more Americans. That in itself is inflationary when you move away from the cheapest price ever to another area. And so that's a fundamental change. We change our immigration policies, and I'm talking about legal immigration, okay? Our legal immigrations, that was changed about 5 years ago, where we've reduced the amount of legal immigration. If you look at the rate of increase of immigrants, legal immigrants in the United States from 2000 to 2017, and the rate that we are growing immigration in the last 5 years, we're down 2 million. 2 million new entrants to the United States legally. Right. That is very inflationary when we have full employment, when we have these jobs. Think about all the need for workers. What does that going to mean when we start implementing our infrastructure bill, when it's going to take up quite a few new jobs? Where are those employees going to be coming from? It's going to create rising wages. And if you look at earnings, many companies are saying rising wages are a part of their degradation of their margins. And
he's talking absolute shit. Oh, if you look at the immigration, that's inflationary. It's got nothing to do with it. Nothing. Inflation is just simply inflating the money supply, which is what the central bank does, and all the retail banks. It's absolutely ridiculous. Again, you can hear him stuttering because he knows he's lying through his teeth probably. Check this out. CoinFlex reveals its deficit has risen to $84 million. And we know that Roger has had to sell all of his BCH. He should be sweating buckets now. Squeaky bum time for old Rog. CoinFlex has released a new update on its current issue with Roger Ver. According to the update, the exchange deficit has now risen to 84 million because it did not take into account the loss in liquidating his significant Flexcoin positions. CoinFlex explained that the situation was caused by a high net individual customer who had a special agreement with the exchange to have a grace period to send more collateral when the account faces liquidation. I mean, what the hell was Roger doing? Like gambling? The individual has, however, refused to honour this agreement, which has resulted in a huge loss for the exchange. Roger must be bankrupt, or is he trying to hide his money? CoinFlex continued that it has started an arbitration process in Hong Kong against the individual, which could last for as long as 12 months, per the statement. Quote here, we have commenced arbitration in, that's to be Hong Kong IAC, for the recovery of the 84 million, as the individual had a legal obligation under the agreement to pay and has refused to do so. His liability to pay is a personal liability, which means the individual is personally liable to pay the total amount. So our lawyers are very confident that we can enforce the award against him. He'll have nothing left. 84 million is a huge amount. CoinFlex also apologised to its users over the current situation, saying it is not a position we ever envisioned we would be in. Well, how many times have we heard that recently? Roger Ver is CoinFlex's largest individual customer. CoinFlex's large individual customer has been revealed to be Roger Ver, one of the earliest investors in the crypto industry tagged Bitcoin Jesus. Roger Ver has, however, insisted that he does not owe the exchange, rather he is being owed it by the firm. Yeah, alright mate. Ver on July 3rd in a Twitter space said that CoinFlex owed him. How'd you work out that? According to him, his statement is probably going to be a bit disappointing to the people that are on the call here, but due to the lawyers that have already been involved in the legal complexities there, all I can say is at the moment I have no debt to CoinFlex. Whatever, mate. He also mentioned that he is working towards the recovery of the funds by involving lawyers in the case. He's just talking absolute crap. He is on his arse. Oh dear. Numbers gone down, he's lost all that money. Good grief. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. Check this one out. UK jeweller sues insurer over failure to cover $7.5 million Coolcoin ransom losses. The billion-dollar jewellery company claims its insurer failed to cover a $7.5 million loss caused by a Bitcoin ransomware attack. British multinational jeweller Graf Diamonds Corp has filed a lawsuit against its insurer, the Travellers Companies Incorporated Travellers, for failing to provide indemnity after it paid $7.5 million in Bitcoin to ransomware hackers. Graf sues insurer over $7.5 million BTC ransom loss. What's all this about? According to a Bloomberg report on Wednesday, Graf security systems were exploited by the notorious Russian hacking gang Conti in September 2021. The breach allowed the group to access data belonging to high-end customers, including US former President Donald Trump and the royal families in Saudi Arabia, UAE and Qatar. After the attack, Conti published 69,000 documents containing the private information of Graf's clients while threatening to release more of the billion-dollar jewelry brand. It did not pay the $15 million in Coolcoin BTC. In November in 2021, Graf paid the gang. They actually paid out $7.5 million at the time, half of the amount initially requested. The company said it had to pay the ransom to protect its customers. Oh dear. So they actually buckled. Oh my goodness me. So again, this is why information should be kept on the blockchain so it can't be cracked, hacked, altered, changed or deleted. This is it. So again, if you hold personal data on a private server, it can be hacked. This is why we need Bitcoin. All information online is protected by SHA-256. That's it. It can only be shared by people that actually have access to it. Dear oh dear. Check this out. Ex-Meta employees aim to revive, that's DM, which was Facebook's coin, and build the next big blockchain. Oh, well done. Congratulations. The moment anybody says, I'm going to build the next big blockchain, it's a security offering. Immediately, the moment they've done it, absolutely economically worthless. Utter fools. Don't buy into it. 2 former employees working on Meta's Novi wallet are testing a new scalable blockchain, Aptos. Aptos is a layer 1 solution building from scratch, targeting lower fees and higher transaction throughput. As if you can beat BSV. Anyway, this is so stupid. Aptos Labs is facing a lawsuit from a member of the Glacier family who alleges that she was cut out on an agreement to co-found the company. Deposit and make your first trade up to $3,000 in rewards to get started. What a load of crap. What a load of utter bollocks. And this one, look at this. Private equity firm slashes valuations of BlockFi investments. Oh dear. In brief, which is too long, didn't read. Private equity firm, the Private Shares Fund, dropped its valuations of BlockFi Series E warrants and preferred shares. The Private Shares Fund has interest in crypto exchange Kraken. Oh dear. They're not going to be interested in that for very long, because that's what we know. BlockFi has struggled to raise funds in a prolonged bear market and received a $680 million valuation from FTX US. Deposit and make your... Oh, yeah, who cares? Who cares? Honestly. Good grief, but, never a dull moment in crypto, peeps. Right, that's 60 minutes. We'll leave you there. I hope you enjoyed the show. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.